First, I opened my Firebase console. I'll create a new project called my my first. Continue. Here the project is getting prepared. Yep. Now the project is ready. We can click on continue. Now we can see that my first is the project. Now I will create a web app because I need to see which users are getting signed in my web app. So I registered this app. My is my app. Actually, later on we can just click next. Continue to console. This is called my first app because we said that we can see the like users, but which users we should see. In build there is called authentication. In this authentication I click on get started. In this I selected email and password and I click on enable. Save. So now we can see the users who have logged in or signed up using this email or password. Whenever I use sign up by a mail, then we can see that users here. Other than here, we need to see in the Firestore database. So we need to create Firestore database. In this build there is Firestore database. When I click on that Firestore database, here we should click on create database. Next, I am selecting start in test mode so that we can read and write. Here we can see that the Firestore database is created. After that, we need to take, we are saying that whoever the users are logging in, we can see their data. How we can see only in this project? So for that, we have some, in project overview, we have project settings. In the project settings, we go to service accounts. In here, we need to generate a private key so that the written code is connected to this particular project. Generate a key. This key is unique for everyone. Here my key is generated. Here this is about the Firebase setup. Now on the desktop I'll create one Express folder. I created one new file called, actually I'll name it as fullstack 4. In this I'll create another file called public, for another folder called public. Okay, now in downloads I have this generate private key. Now I'll move this into my full stack folder. Where it is, actually I cannot find it here anyway. Let me check first. Okay, sorry. Yep, when we open full stack 4, we can see that this file is opened here, and we need to create 2 files in this. When I opened in the VS Code, sorry, now I should open the VS Code. When I open VS Code, I'll open the folder called full stack 4. Okay, now in this I have 2 things, one public folder inside it one folder inside the another folder, and this is my generate private new key. So I'll change this name. This is look like something like this. I'll change this name so that I can rename it as service account key. Yep, it is renamed as service account key. In this I need to create one file. In public I need to create index.html. Outside I need to create, actually not in this, I need to create here. Server3.js, actually something like this. Okay, here we'll write this code, and in this index.html I'll write the index.html code. Here I actually write it, so in server.js I actually written this all code. I'll tell you why. Here there is the constant requirement called express. Here is the Firebase admin, there would be a Firebase admin. Here can you see that service account? This is the service account key or the generate private key that I have got from my website. So here I named it as Firebase admin, Firebase-admin SDK. So I gave a connection dot Firebase admin SDK. So this name and the name that I gave to the generate private key should be same. So here we can, here database URL, the database that I created URL should be put here. Here see https hyphen, this is the name of my database dot firebaseo.com. Here 5-store can be called, and authentication is gave, that means the we created users as the with mail ID, no, so authentication is gave. Here the JSON file is used, and it can be directory name is declared. In the directory name public we created index.html. In the directory name we created, here we used index.html. Here when we gave the, that means when we are trying to sign up, it will give required, so that every placeholder must be required. So after that the result should become, so the required must be email, and the result when we trying to log in, we can get that password. When the user gets signed up, and when we signed up completed, user signed up and data stored in Firebase, this can be visible here. If not, error can be seen in this. After this the login, here we will check normally the password, actually something like this. For simplicity we assume the password is right. Okay, this is the server.js code that I have written in this index.html. Actually this is all the this is the just normal code, like where the type should be email, and where the it must be required, so that no one should pass at login. There is a login form. When the document, here I used some JS so that the correct response could be there for the when we are trying to enter this. So we will run this code and let's check. Okay, in new terminal I should run. Can I see here? Yes, in this I run npm install express. That means we need to install the required things. Express, I installed Express, Firebase admin, and also the body parser course. We all installed this, so installation completed. Whenever trying to run this node server.js, I run this server.js. Here it is saying that server is running on the port 3000. So in that case we need to check in the Google Chrome, like https, sorry for https localhost 3000. Let me wait. Here I got this http localhost 3000. When I'll sign up, like Vishnu @ gmail.com. Password would be Vishnu pit @gmail.com. Password Vishnu. When I click sign up, we can see that user signed up and data stored in Firestore. Okay, actually I clicked it 2 times, so the in this when I clicked second time, the email address is already in use by another account. So I, because firstly the store it is stored, no, so that's why it came like this. Login, yes, user logged in with @gmail.com. So when we open this localhost, let me check, show you. Okay, these all has been seen in this Express Firebase auth. This is the same way I created this project and got my private new key. Yep, here in this authentication, first of all I checked with Mansa, this is my email, and later I checked with vt@gmail.com. Now I have checked it. In the 5-store database also we can see that when I users, in this users we can see yep, email @gmail.com. In this way I created this